we're already 10 years in to my Doctor Who marathon. It feels like it's just flown by. Obviously we've still got 40 years to go, but we'll get there in the end. So this video is my season 10 review of Doctor Who. If you want to watch my season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 reviews, click up in the corner now. There'll be a link to all of those in a playlist. But without further ado, I'll just go through every episode, every story in this season and give my opinions on each one. So, Three Doctors, obviously that was the first story. The Jail Guards, I'm just going to go straight into it. The Jail Guards were quite awkward when they walked. They looked alright, but when they walked you could see that it was just some sort of blanket over them. I loved how well or badly, depends how you see it, Charlton and Pertwee's Doctors clashed. I feel like that's where Stephen Moffat took a lot of inspiration from for Day of the Doctor. Works really well. Talking about that, Charlton picked up his role as the Doctor really well. Obviously he hadn't played the Doctor in say 4 years, around 4 years up until this point, so he did do really well just to slip straight back into the Doctor's shoes. I thought it was really funny when Benton and the Brigadier first enter the TARDIS. Obviously this is the fourth season where the Brigadier and Benton are sort of in it as bigger characters. I know they were in it during the second Doctor's time, and it was funny to see their reactions to the second Doctor as well. But to see them enter the TARDIS for the first time after 4 seasons, I thought was quite funny, and the way they reacted as well was quite funny too. It's a shame Hartnell couldn't really have had a bigger role. I know there was reasons why he couldn't come back in a bigger role than he did, but it's a shame those reasons sort of occurred. The story was great overall, the plot was good. Omega, I haven't mentioned Omega, but he was good as well. There's not really much else to say, I really did like it though. Then we got kind of monsters. I've only got 3 bullet points about this. The first one is that the aliens were very unconvincing, and the second was that it felt very childish, and the third was that I'm not sure how I feel about it. The reason I'm not sure how I feel about it is just because it didn't drag, I didn't hate it. It flowed quite well. I didn't necessarily enjoy it that much. I was just sat there and I was thinking, why am I watching this? But yeah, so not amazing, not shit, just in between, I guess. Frontier in Space, this is a story I was very excited to watch. I've never actually watched Frontier in Space before, and to tell you the truth, I absolutely loved it. It was really exciting throughout, I didn't get bored at any time. I know it was Roger Delgado's final story, and his portrayal as the Master was as good as ever. His acting's always on point. It's the first time the telepathic circuits were used in the TARDIS. Obviously this is, the telepathic circuits are now a sort of bigger thing, but it was the first time they ever got used, I think, ever. I've got very good performances as well. Obviously I know I've already mentioned about Roger Delgado's, but John Purchase was really good, Katie Mannings was really good, all of the cast was really good. Planet of the Daleks on the other hand, the way it continued into Planet of the Daleks, I think worked really well as well. Planet of the Daleks though, obviously that came next. The acting in this was pretty naff, not by Pertwee and Katie Manning, those two are always great actors, but mainly by a couple of the Thals. I'm not gonna, well, I don't even know, I can't remember half the names. But yeah, a few of the Thals, whoever's portraying them, really didn't do a great job. I really enjoyed the references to the Daleks. Obviously the Daleks is one of my favourite Hartnell stories, so it's nice to see references to them. We had great shots of the Dalek Empire, but my only issue with this story is how slow it runs. I feel like it's a 6-part long story. It doesn't feel like it needs to be 6, it feels like it's another one of those where it can easily fit into 4 parts. But to be fair, it did get quite a lot better towards the end. And then the final story of the season was the Green Death. I saw straight away in Clifford, I don't know if I meant to shorten his name down to Cliff. Straight away I could see the similarities between him and the Doctor, and throughout the whole story you can see Joe falling for him, and you can see Joe and his relationship it's quite subtle, but it's done quite well. I can't really explain it, but if you watched it you probably know what I mean. The way they portray that relationship is really good. The Brigadier dressed like Del Boy for the first half of it. I don't know if that's just something I picked up on or if that's something that a lot of other people have picked up on, but I thought it was quite funny. It's great how powerful Stephen seems when the Brigadier was on about taking the whole establishment into his own hands under unit or whatever, and Stephen's managed to contact the Prime Minister to say, basically, fuck off, Brigadier. So I thought that was really good. It added a bit more threat to the story, I think. Maggots were disgusting. They were just disgusting. I love the Doctor's disguises. I did actually laugh quite a few times when the Doctor was dressed up as the cleaner and when the Doctor was dressed up as the milkman. It did make me laugh. And the ending was really emotional as well. I did actually shed a tear when the Doctor said goodbye to Joe, because it wasn't even like it wasn't even like a good farewell or anything. It was just, you could see in his eyes that he was going to miss her and that he didn't want to leave her to Cliff, but he just wanted to do whatever's best for her, so he just left without saying goodbye. Well, I suppose he did say goodbye, but not in the way that I think he wanted to.
Not too far away, will you? And if you do, come back and see us sometimes.
Save me a piece of wedding cake.
Right.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Your wedding present.
But yeah, so that is season 10 in a nutshell. Like I said, if you want to see my other season reviews, click up in the corner now. Season 11, I can't wait to start that. Obviously we've got Sarah Jane in it, so she's my favourite companion of all time. So I can't wait to see her come into it. But yeah, hopefully I'm going to be able to get on to at least the 4th Doctor by the time Christmas comes along. At this rate, I'm getting a season done every week, which is sort of where I want to be. If you enjoyed it, leave the video a like, go and check out my other ones like I said, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and yeah, so I'll see you in the next video whenever that'll be. This is where it zooms into my face and the credits come on.